All right, so here we are. We are live then. Okay. So welcome everybody if you're coming on to the live, and then also welcome if you're coming on to the replay later on. Missed a few weeks due to a lot of work, etc. So what I need to do is to do a check. So there's a few people on there, so I want you to do either a thumbs up or whatever in the chat and let me know that you can hear everything and that everything is all clear. Got a few minutes before we're due to start anyway, but you know, just let me know. The ones that are in the chat I can see there, just either say yeah, all good, or I can hear you, or anything like that. Obviously yeah, it is. All right, that's on YouTube. It can be heard. Hopefully on Facebook the same. All good, loud and clear. Excellent. Excellent. So, like I say, we're going to leave it a few minutes before I start cracking on with all the stuff. And loads of comments flying in there. There we go. So, let's just say hi to everybody. So JD, hi, how you doing? Roger Myers, hi, how you doing, Roger? Jay again, I don't know what that says. Why Dawn Gilpin. Hello everyone. Lil Pipsqueak. I like that one. Yeah, okay, cool. Oh, it's flying up again, going all over the place. Where are we? Where was I? Scott McDonald, hi, how are you doing? David. All right, I am feeling better. Thank you, everybody, for all of the well wishes and everything like that. You know, I mean, obviously, I was in a lot of pain with everything that happened with that little monster dog, which is probably only about this big, a tiny little thing, but with extremely big teeth. Barbara, hi, how you doing? Great to see you. Twisted Sock. Oh. Hiya, Zoe. Excellent to see you on here. Hiya, Malcolm. Remember on Facebook, if you don't actually put your name in on the StreamYard software, it just says Facebook user. So I'm glad you're on here. Thanks to everyone coming on from Facebook. But just remember, I can't actually can hear you loud and clear. Thank you, Katerina. And Andy, how you doing? Eleanor. Ben Kenobi, Mickey Butts. How are you doing, everyone? Chintu, Baradi, Julie, and Taimba. Hola, ¿qué pasa? All right, Moo. The Nitro Wellbeing Academy. Great to see everyone on here. I am feeling much better. Yes, my hand, few scars, still itchy, swelling up, got very dry skin. But I'm not dying of blood poisoning anymore, thankfully. So, hi, John Williams. And time goes by. Last Saturday was you were there down in Kings Langley then. Time goes by, says last Saturday was awesome. Good, I enjoyed it. It was good. Nice to see everyone. It was a big crowd, great crowd, very responsive. Yeah, and when they got some good information over. All right, so that's Roger. He's already asking questions. What I will say is, I'll tell you now, obviously the two things, well, more than two things, but, you know, with ending up in hospital, nobody plans on that, do they? So obviously I didn't know that was going to happen. The way that everything lined together, it was like, you know, have you ever seen that film, The Perfect Storm, when all the three storms hit at the same time to that little fishing boat? Well, you know, like building up to this is what happened. Like Janine went away to like a spiritual retreat thing down in Devon. Went down to see our friends Tomas and Dan, JC and Joanne. And you know, so she was away, which made it like, obviously I had extra chores to do around the house, looking after, you know, our two little doggies that we had at the time. Now 3 with the new one. So, it just made it a lot more work to do, and I still had to keep going with stuff. And anyway, so then, right, I'm trying to catch up on things, and then we had decided, that we wanted to look after this little boy, this little doggy, the Spanish Podencos. They do get extremely badly treated, and I've rescued dozens of them over the years, living in Spain, and then also here. Hi, Andrew, how you doing? And even here we've all kept on donating to the rescue centres, because we know that it's just groups of people, man and woman like us, who are running these centres all off their own. Hiya, Marie. Hiya, Sea Spray. And they do fundraisers and everything like this, and they try and get these little dogs rescued. So anyway, they bought one into Southampton. Tiny little thing. I mean, obviously you can't tell by a photograph, but he is very small. So anyway, I went down to Southampton. That was just after, the week after Janine had got back, so it's still pretty hectic. Picked him up on the Thursday, and he just obviously terrified. I don't mean anything about it. I love him to death. He's absolutely gorgeous little thing, but he's scared. He's absolutely terrified. He's been abused since being born, and I'm not exaggerating. And if you've ever seen these, what they call the Pereiras, like in the kill centers, basically. But in the hunting lodges, they just have them chained to walls all of their lives. Even the ones that they breed, they're actually tied to a wall when they're being bred. Hey, Gib from America, lovely, great to see you. But so anyway, and he just not a problem to me. Trying to get him in the car, and he bit my head. I was pouring of blood here, bit my face, my neck, my chin, which didn't break the skin, didn't bleed, so it was fine. But then he grabbed a hold of this, and he was honestly chewing on my hand, like literally someone was trying to eat my hand. He just didn't bite me and pull away, but I couldn't let him go because I was near a main road. So I just had to keep letting him do it until I could get the door open. And it's a normal thing when you're really in a hurry, you can't get the door open. Yeah, who let the dogs out? Only after it ate me thumb. But anyway, so gets him into the car, and I've got blood all over the car. This is like 2 weeks later, isn't it? So I'm trying to clean the blood off on the outside. I think it's been cooked on by the sun or something. So it's been adventurous, to say the least. But I can't read all these comments, like some of them. Actually, because Sea Spray is asking about, you mean the it's not the private trust, it's actually on the lasting power of attorney that those orders are there, which I'm never to be left alone with a member of the staff, NHS staff. But at the time, when I did go into the hospital, I was eventually when I actually ended up staying in the exactly, Jay, not the animal's fault at all. I've got him here. I'm getting used to me. He still runs away and stuff, but he's getting more accepting. Whenever I stand up, he's scared of men. Obviously, he's been beaten by men, but he is getting there. He's laying next to me for hours. And then, but then when you stand up, he gets frightened and runs away, but he actually lies there right next to me, cuddling in, so it is vanish, action, clean the blood off my car. Yeah, mind you, it's been thundering and lightning and pouring with rain for the last 2 days, so hopefully it's cleaned some of it off. But yeah, definitely. But anyway, I was wanting to print out the code to go to hospital from the lasting power of attorney, and I wanted to take it with me, present it to them, but I honestly did not feel well enough. So that's a point, is you have to have more people to help you if you ever end up, in that position. Do you know what I mean? So, have someone to help you. And I was so ill, I just could not be bothered. So I just went when they actually accepted me in. But I did take this. All right. That's very bright. See if we can. Oh no, man! I shouldn't do that, should I? And then get it all going on. Not flipping the board over tonight though, so that might be a bit better. But anyway, this is the New World Alliances. Excuse me, the newworldalliances.com diplomatic immunity cards. I gave them this, and they were saying you have to get tested. I ended up like leaving the hospital. The first time. We've got him on CBD oil for the nervous dog. But he's getting much, much better. And he's just got to accept that love, and he will. He will. Like it's horrible when you go over to Spain and even other countries, but Spain is terrible for the dogs. And they followed everything on here. I never had to test, and I never had to wear masks. Anything on there. It's like what do you call it? newworldalliances.com. And it worked a treat. And I remember as well, we have other members in the groups have traveled abroad, went to France and to Spain, where you had to have a jab, right? And they got in totally fine and out again with using these. Okay. Traveling in. Oh, you've just asked the question, Sheena. So there you go. I've just told you. They went to France on the tunnel. Everyone on the passport. You have to have a passport to match it. It's not a passport. It's a pass. All right, or it's an immunity. It's a honorary diplomatic peace ambassador card. And you use that, all right, and you can actually travel. Hiya, Paul, how are you doing? And Ella. That's someone else as well. Look, Ella, she's traveled on the World Alliances card. Been to Spain with their families and used it. Absolutely no problems. You do get questioned sometimes, and also into France and Spain. Just got waved in, and now I've just used it because it states that you are exempt from all. Now this is a public card. You're in. It's a legal fiction. Yes, all horrors, but just so you know that it works on many different things. This is a terrible light tonight for me. Okay. All right. Yeah, of course. So so like and Sheena's used it successfully to stop them being nonsensical. Now, we're going to go over some stuff today and everything like that. But, the thing is that there's a lot happening. You all know what's going on. The two things, I'm going to start off and I'm going to jump backwards and forwards, showing different things that we want to show you. So remember, on Facebook user, if you haven't put your name on, it just does come up Facebook user. Or someone saying, how's everything been? Everything's now getting back to normal. If anyone has sent emails to my personal email on the, claimingstrawman.com, I have not got them. I have not received it. I've got them there, and I've never had much chance to get onto them because I've had to do loads of paperwork, loads of people's documents. I've been working on trusts, getting the trusts out to people, because it's very important, especially when you're coming into this ridiculous time, all these things happening. Okay, the card, it is called the newworldalliances.com, all one word, newworldalliances.com. And I've got people that go, oh, New World Order. There's no such thing as a New World Order anyway. It's the same group of people that have been trying to run the planet for centuries. It's an old world order. The guy that runs it is called Sir Larry Swart. He is a sir, right? And he's involved and been involved in all these think tanks, and he works with the groups like the WHO, like the United Nations, all right? That there is how he has his power. He's a very powerful man. And I mean a man, not a person. So this is the funny thing here. And it is funny. So someone just went on the Facebook group there and it said, can we ask for some advice? What if a person inherits some money And I just put up like, and I put a person, and then they were like a bit rude, I thought that's a bit rude what they come back with and everything. No need for that. So, they got the answer that they deserved. So let me have a look. I'm going to share the screen here. Let me check that I've got this up somewhere. All right, where is it now? Where did it go? All right, yes, we go into there. It's on the slides. Yes, okay. Come back into StreamYard and share my screen. Where is it? I'm still getting used to it. I know. You'll have to let me know. The on the my computer. Oh, I have to upload files. Oh, I don't want to upload files. Hang on, I'm going to do it in a second. Let's see how I do this. It's easier to do this on. So if I just put share screen, window. Oh, where is that then? Trying to work this one out. It's all about a person. No, can't see it. A window, Chrome tab. Oh, there. Oh, there you go. See how what a genius I am? Okay. All right. I'm going to come back and answer some questions in a second, but just let me share this first, okay? All right. So the there it is. There we go. What is a person? Okay, Stroud's Judicial Dictionary states a person is an artificial entity, a corporate soul, or a legal fiction. Actually, Roger, I say I've never been able to answer any questions. I'm just trying to catch up on the paperwork I'm going to do, and for people first before I can answer questions about anything else. So there's a person. So someone is just like went, oh, if a person, don't ask questions about a person, saying what, and then they're asking about about investments for money. But what are you coming on a law site for then? Hang on a second. Come on and ask about even ask about your council tax or something, which I don't particularly like because when it's still not contract law. However, right, it's a little bit more along the lines of what we're doing. However, again, today or tonight, I'm going to actually tell you a little bit about some investment stuff, okay? Today. So I'm going to actually... all right, I'm just looking for a couple of questions. Yeah, you got the diplomatic immunity card, lovely. New World Alliances, that's it. Perfect. Okay. So Roger's saying, according to Ian of Wakefield, what does that mean? Ian of Wakefield. Windsor was deposed as a monarch, the CEO of the UK corporation. I have no idea. All right. What I do know is that it's a corporation, and I do know that there's a queen there. But all we're trying to do is to be living as a man in the private, so we can dip in and out of the private. I don't care who the queen is, the monarch is, what it is. I don't care what acts and statutes that the government bring up, because. And I'm going to show you one here. Acts and statutes do not apply to I, a man. So they can shove their acts and statutes right up their acts and statutes, the jacksies, okay? You can get one of those diplomatic cards without a passport, Ben. Ben's asking about the diplomatic card without a passport, because you can use it for, like I said, I didn't need a passport to go to hospital. And Sheena, she's using it in Bombay, in India, because of the restrictions there. She's standing up against the restrictions because that's what it says anyway. Let's have a look, see if anything else. Okay, yeah, that's true as well there, Marie. So you're going on the airline to service to get to A to B. Yeah, it's not about anything about medical procedures, but obviously they're trying to talk about policy, instead of being L&D. All right. This is, well, K47AU. You can start the private trust now. You don't have to wait until after the 40 days has elapsed. All right. Do that. You only need your passport with it if you're traveling. You don't need it if you're just needing it for, you know, the regulations in there. Okay. Yeah, see, Dime Boys telling you their tax. It's a voluntary contribution according to IRS and HMRC. I've got a nice letter. I'm going to tell it to you today, how you can actually write in and make sure you're not going to pay any tax. Posted the LND, and then when the 6 hours of the Queen was dead. All right, did you put anthrax on it or something then? Is Jay. But seriously though, yeah, it doesn't matter if you posted off the LND and it's got proper officer incumbent. So it just means, right, that whoever takes place of the Liz Ard Beth. Well, you know, like a Roger again, he's seen as Heath. That means Edward Heath, the famous paedophile. Was guilty of treason by ceding our sovereignty with joining what was called at the time the EEC. You know, well, some say that, some say not. You know, it's an argument. You know, he may or may not well be. You know, it's but you see, what we're standing as and what we're actually portraying here, it is the law according to the law of man. We are standing under. Tell you what, I'm going to stop sharing because no, stop sharing. How do you stop sharing? Oh, there, stop sharing. I'm reading it. You know, we're not interested in acts and statutes. You know, yeah, you can know about them, but listen, we are standing as a man or a woman in the private. Now we can go and dip into the private. Dip into the public as and when it's needed, as and when it benefits you. The ones that disagree can forget it. I'm not really interested. Dime Bar was with us on who's on here tonight, you know, and he lives in Spain, and he was on a call a few days ago. Can't even remember when it was now, but we were talking about these things that involve having to be in the public because you have to use the legal fiction name, the full name, because we're dealing with these taxation issues. And the thing is, right, that everyone, you don't really fully get it. We are under the United States. We are under the IRS. Your treasury accounts, you're all asking how to access them. You're all asking how to get into them. They're not in England. They are in the United States, and they are under the IRS. Okay. You know, so... Well, there's actually a few different names for the corporation, right? Roger, what is the name of the corporation of the United Kingdom, or the UK is actually saying? It's, you know, you've got like a United Kingdom PLC and you've got United Kingdom Corporation PLC. There was a woman called Elizabeth with an S. Eliz with an S. Nulson. Apparently she's in jail at the minute. But anyway, she had actually done a UCC1 on to prevent the United Kingdom Corporation PLC, or the United Kingdom government, I think it had actually had, from going bankrupt, insolvent, back either 1 or 2 years ago. Can't remember when she'd actually done it, you know. Can't remember the page numbers that homeless people. Can't remember the numbers, but it's a dictionary. Okay, there's a clue, all right, and it is a dictionary. So if you think of any dictionary, you don't need the page number, do you? You need the word. So in Stroud's, and I went to buy Stroud's. I've got the first. I didn't realize until I was going down to do a talk at the weekend in Kings Langley near London. I was going to buy the next version of Stroud's so that I could actually show everyone, and it was like 800 quid or something, you know, just to buy that. But so it will be under P for person. That's all you need to know on Stroud's or any other dictionary. What is the beginning letter? P. All right. So if you look for P for person, and it'll show you, and that's exactly what it says. All right. Okay then. Yeah, maybe she did time bar, you know, like here's your LND. Mind you, I don't really think that she's actually opened it and had a read of it. Do you ever? I don't think she's been around for a few years anyway, but yeah, and that, Ella, is absolutely true as well. Little old Lizard Beth, she never ever did sit on the Stone of Destiny, the Stone of Scoon. That's what it's called, not scone, although it looks like it's spelt like that. It is Scoon, you know. But this is the thing, right? This is these. If you ever see Max Egan, I always keep forgetting his bloody name, and he did it. There's a few. I don't know, a couple of years ago, I was watching it, and he's just saying, you know, we were studying all this about, like, you know, the Egyptians and everything like that, and then all of a sudden there was no history written about the Egyptians and the pharaohs. Well, where did they go? All right, so we have it on good authority that the Egyptians didn't build the pyramids; they discovered the pyramids. But then the pharaohs, though, specifically, not Egyptians, the pharaohs all of a sudden stopped having this history written about them. Oh, they've all disappeared. But not long after, then the you have all of these European kings and queens that are ruling these countries. Well, where did they all come from? Okay, it's very weird. So there's no real kings and queens. This doesn't, even if you want to listen to their history and follow their history, all this means is, right, that their family killed more than mine and your family, killed more people. That's all. You want to be top dog, then you got to kill everyone else. Simple as, until people stop arguing with you and you can stop killing them, and then they'll all agree that you're the boss. It's a mafia. There's no difference, absolutely no difference. Now, that's all they've ever done. So even if, like, what we believe that this migration happened from the ancient Egyptians over coming to the West, because obviously coming from the ancient Egyptians, if we follow the Bible, then they were the Canaanites, right? And Cain killed his brother Abel. And because he done that, God banished him, said you can never settle on land, which is why they ended up where they are. Can anyone tell me where they are? Come on and put that in one of the comments. This has got nothing to do with what I was going to talk about. I wanted to talk about the Ministry of Justice. I wanted to talk about, like, the land registry and the AP1. And then if I'm going off on one again. Stroud's is used in all of the court systems. Yeah, the English one, United States one, Stroud's Judicial Dictionary. And so is Black's Law as well. Everyone's, oh, Black's Law, it's American. No, it's not. It's like it's done by an American. And if you want to go, what I enjoy using most is Bouvier's. Okay, Interpretation Act. There you go, Interpretation Act. Right, which that there and tells you who a person is, and also in fact, I'll show you. Keep talking, people. Yeah, we are. Oh God, this keeps jumping like mad. Sorry about that. It just flew up there. Hang on. English court system. Savile worshipper. Truss is a Savile worshipper. That is absolutely true, Jay. Yeah. Interpretations Act. I'm back where I am. 1099. Yeah, I mean, we're working on the 1099 and you got to do it before. But also, which is what I wanted to talk about. Where did I put my phone? Where did I put my phone? I'll go and get my phone in a second. I think I'm just charging it. I'm going to show you because I wanted to try and get, like, my mate to come on tonight and show us a little bit about, like, the crypto. But I am going to get him to come on, you know, and he's been helping me get involved in the crypto. All right. I'm going to try and move this down. You know, but he was too busy tonight. But we are going to do that. Okay. So, but on the 1099, you know, you want to look at Richard Hawes's channel. There's tons of information if you want to do it on there. However, I was saying before, you know, we're on that talk with Dime Bar. it's extremely complicated. I'm not saying anything's easy whatsoever, but the thing is, you know, if you want something, you've got to work hard for it. And you're talking about 1099s. It's all about the IRS. It's all about your treasury account. So is all of how to discharge all of the debts and everything. And you can use oh, I don't know, it's getting complicated, W4s and everything like that. However, right, this is dipping into the public to actually do it in the private. That might not make sense, but that's exactly how you have to do it. You have to have a public name to enter into the private, right, on these forms, to then convert it over there with a UCC 1-308 or a UCC 1 filing, which will give you a secured party creditor, which then you can become a private banker or an independent banker. That's still a little bit of hazy. So, you know, but this is going to give people much more knowledge. However, it's like, we did have the DUNS number of the UK corporation, but then that woman, Elizabeth Knowlson, stopped them from going insolvent. And you know, there's many. Now, what they've actually started to do, by the way, the police, the courts, the councils and everything, when they're registering their corporations, they're registering on the United States version of Duns and Bradstreet, not the UK version. That's why you can't find their DUNS numbers, all right? And they can do that easily because we are all tied in to the United States, to the IRS, and all under, that's not, I didn't mean that, all right? And all under the House Joint Resolution 192. And if you don't know what the House Joint Resolution 192 is, you need to go study it, HJR 192, because that was used in America to actually do what they did in the UK before, and they got rid of all the gold, okay? Yeah, that is correct. That is what a lot of people are saying. It just says Facebook user because we can't see the name. House of Windsor committed this into EEC. You know, but the thing is, though, right, like you've still got to be standing as a man or a woman. And that's all there is. Okay? Pyramids were made out of concrete. Totally agree. All right? And they were created and they were hoisted in as well. 100% on there. And the concrete like that type of concrete was getting made. And if you look at these statues, right, the statues that were actually going on, and they were perfect. You look and think, how can anyone with a hammer and chisel to build that perfect of a statue, right? Where there's no chisel marks or anything like that. It's because it was pumped in concrete. Interpretation Act person includes a body of persons, corporate or incorporate. Exactly. Okay. Unincorporated will mean a man or a woman. No, it wouldn't. No, it does not. Okay. Unincorporated is an unincorporated association. Does not mean a man or woman. No way can unincorporated mean a man or woman. That is not true. That is incorrect. Okay. So the an unincorporated or unincorporated association in no way relates to a man or a woman. Even a natural person does not relate to a man or a woman because the chronology of it is natural coming before person, right? Makes natural not match the person. Okay. So there is, so even when they've tried to say it's a natural person having a human being, first of all, I'm not a human being, right? Because hue means the color of man, right? I'm not the color of man. I am man. So yeah, definitely does not mean that at all. Well, let's just see. There's make sure I get the name correct there. Diane, right? Sooner, she's asking, you know, how do we secure our property in a trust? That's what I was here for today. That's what I was wanting to talk about. You know, that's what I've got here. I've got the forms on the AP1. This is exactly what we were meaning to talk about. And I have like the ID one and also the TR one, which is what we're going to talk about on the trust. We'll get round to it. Don't worry. And I was also wanting to talk about all right, the ministry. Can you see that? The Ministry of Justice. You see, here is my reply to the DSAR when I'm talking about a warrant, a fake warrant. This is proof. This is proof that them EON warrants, which is all the rest of them as well, EDF, British Gas, all of them are completely fake and fraudulent. Okay. All right. Took you ages to find me on Facebook. Oh, well, hopefully you've got it now. Got it now. Okay, where we're going. Barbara Venice. Yes, exactly. Yeah, I remember I asked the question now. They're on Venetians, you see. So they are hang on a second, hang on. Just switching the phone off. Yeah, they're on Venice because they think they're on a ship because they're not allowed to be on land. God banished them from land. So they are now sitting on there, which they class as a ship. So now they're at sea. Exactly, Malcolm. So they're at sea, so they cannot be judged by God. And I call the creator not God, but that's exactly it. That's exactly it. Awesome. Well said. Well said. Unincorporated exactly as a firm. It's a firm of solicitors. That's what they are. Unincorporated definitely does not mean man or woman. Absolutely not. What's more important than spiritual enlightenment? Listen to me on a Friday night. Yeah, they're always at sea, so they cannot be judged by God. Hi, Jason. How are you doing? Some of these comments, the words, the colors are different. So, is it a good strategy to remove your property from the land registry and create your own deed document? Well, you see, this is the thing. Now, I'm just doing I've just got a hold of a guy called. I'll have to check his name up. I'm not going to say his name because I've got it wrong. But it's all about land patents, which is the same as allodial title. Land patents, patents, like you're doing a patent on an invention. All right. But I've just started to do this now. This is on everything else that I'm doing. So it's like hectic to do. So that's what I'm doing now. You can't remove. This is the thing. You cannot remove off the land registry. You can do your land patent, and we'll have to go down that once they actually get, more down the line of being able to help people with that. You can't remove it from there apart from doing it on the land patent, which is going to give you a allodial title. Doing your own deed won't make any difference. But the thing is, when you're doing, I'm going to show you these forms in the sec and how to do like the trust. All right. Okay. Man, I've been on an hour and I still haven't even shown a single form yet. Okay. See, I just can't read these. All right. So then Jet Jai is talking to Roger. So Roger, there's an answer to your question. Do you want this one? This is the company's house number. Not sure if it's the name has been ended. Government UK Limited, company number 5522373. But that's on company's house, not Duns and Bradstreet. But still a company number. Okay. Drop me glasses. And the land registry is handy, or someone can steal your property. The receipt of sale is the proof of ownership. And that is why we need to use these forms, with the land registry, so we can actually get it set into the trust. So it shows not you as owning the title. If you own the title, then people can attack you for the title for your property. Councils, for instance, love to do it. They make more money off stealing people's property. Two things they do. First one is council tax. People think they're getting away with it 2 years later, and then they find out that there's a charge on a property and nobody even told them. And it's going increasing in value every single year. This is a council's favorite trick. The second one they do is they actually section you when you get a bit older, put you in a home, and then they sell your home. So the two ways that they steal and sell your home. Okay. So, what you do is you keep the land registry, just as Dimebars said, you have it on there, but then you create a private trust. All right. If you can't create your private trust, then we can help you. Yes, there's going to be a sweat equity involved. So I'm not going to go and do it for free. Take weeks out of my life just for you. All right. No matter how much I love you all. But then once you've created them, then you're going to use this document, a TR1, which we're going to go through in a second. We are going to go through it. An AP1, right? And then you only need this one to prove who you are, and that's like the ID one. You only, or else if you didn't have an ID one and didn't prove your ID, then I could literally go on there, swap over the land registry document to my name and your house, and then I own your house, okay? All right. So, Okay. So this is true. I mean, obviously, like I said, Dimeball was on that call there talking about the House Joint Resolution 192. If you haven't read up about it, get reading up about it, okay? And what happened with the fiat currency and the meaning that there is no value in anything, that means that there is only a debt-based society. But if we didn't have a debt-based society, then there wouldn't be money to spin around like this. There is remedy in the system. They invented the system. They provided the remedy. They just didn't have to tell you. Right? And that's why we do, or mostly people, all right, man and woman, do not know the remedy. However, the remedy is House Joint Resolution 192. Under that remedy, under the House Joint Resolution 192, oh my God, it's American. All right. And it's tied to the USA, and it's about the IRS, and it's about the Treasury, but it's about the United States Treasury. It's you. I don't care. Somebody was on from the United States, said it. Yeah. If you're in the United States, all that means is you're a little bit closer to it than we are. But if you're here, or if you're in Europe, or if you're in Africa, or if you're in Australia, it's still under the House Joint Resolution 192, and it is comparable to Jesus giving you a prepay card. You can use it to close down all debt. You can actually use it to get out of prison. Is anyone in prison? You want out? Find out about the House Joint Resolution 192. You need to start studying more about Woodrow Wilson. Okay. Yeah, it's not so much stuff. The MOJ, the Ministry of Justice, assisted me in stuffing or starting to stuff EON. All right. So on what I've got, it's from the Ministry of Justice. Okay. So I'm going to read it to you. I sent them a DSAR. I actually sent a DSAR to Birmingham Magistrates Court because we had these bar stewards turn up here, absolute filth scumbags. They're normal, exactly what they are from EON, they were, with their warrant. I've got a warrant. Here's what they do. I've got a warrant. Let me see the warrant. Need to see it. Whoa. All right. Well, I need a copy of the warrant. Everyone should have a copy of their own warrant if you're getting presented with a warrant. There it is. It's obviously not a warrant, or you would be giving me it. You wouldn't be hiding it, man. But anyway, I eventually got a photograph of the warrant. No copy, nothing. No signatures, nothing. It was actually written on mine. Signatures, which was just a written line. Priti Patel. Priti Patel? All right. Well, yeah, I know. I'm quite I think I'm important. To me, I am. Right? To Mouse, my little doggy, I am. To my other doggies, I am. To Janine, I am. But I don't think I'm important enough to have Priti Patel come out and sign a warrant for me. Man, however. Anyway, so this is from the Ministry of Justice, 102 Petty France, London, SW1H9AJ. So it's the real deal. Subject access request, which I've put in. Thank you for your email, which wasn't an email. It was a letter. I don't know why they said email. Dated July, blah, blah, blah. You made a subject access request, blah, blah, blah. Relating to yourself, which wasn't to me anyway. It was to a title. I asked. So it says, now they've copied what I wrote. What data is held on the title, full capitals, Peter Wilson, right? Because that's what I'm asking about, in relation to an alleged warrant issued in Birmingham Magistrates Court relating to the address that they turned up at, with a warrant reference number and a gave them the reference number. Okay, and they said it was handled under the GDPR and DPA Act 2018. I have conducted a search of our electronic database for your personal data held at Birmingham Magistrates Court. However, I am unable to locate any of your personal data within the scope of your request. No data held on that title, the legal fiction name, on the address they turned up at, showing the warrant so they could enter and break into my property, and also like on that reference number that they held up to me, and they wouldn't let me say it properly because they knew it was fraudulent and fake. And the clowns in costumes were backing them up, and you know, everything. It probably didn't help, you know, the way that I reacted at the time when the big fat scumbag little arsehole, you know, tried to push into the property and got what he deserved. I was using the castle doctrine, and that indicates that I can use the correct amount of force to protect myself or my property. So anyway, that shows point blank that they did have no warrant. There was no data, and if there's no data held by the disclosure team, it's called, of the Ministry of Justice. So I have now, I wanted to play some games. So I rang up the enforcement team, and I said, look, you know, I want the names of this guy, and I had his, I'm not going to say it now, but like the ID number, employment ID number, really snotty little kid that was on the phone. You know, I'm on the phone, I work for EON, I'm so important that I'm going to like talk to you. And he went, no, of course we had a warrant. You know, it was all correct and everything. I was just winding him up. You know, I just did it for a bit of fun. And I went, oh, really? I said, were you there, were you? What do you mean? Were you there? No. So you're telling me that you did everything right. Your company did everything right, but you weren't there, so you didn't say anything. You weren't there, were you? No. All right, well, shut up then, right? And listen to what I'm asking. Anyway, so I wrote them. I didn't write them. I actually noticed them. And I actually noticed, where is his name gone? I need my glasses again. Where is he? Oh, right. Okay. So I'll start off from the beginning. This is my first notice, which I'm going to set up a notice. It's going to go a notice of a wrong, notice of a harm, going up to a trespass, going into the affidavit, second affidavit, showing them the proof of everything that I've done. And then I'm going for a judgment. Okay. Once I get the judgment, once I get that done, then it will open the floodgates. Okay. So the man, Christian Barr, in your private capacity. This is the address. EON PLC, UK PLC, Westwood Way, Westwood Business Park, Coventry, CV 48LG. Peter Wilson, a man, care of, blah, blah, blah. Trustees, Wilson's Private Trust. Okay. Date 8th September 2022, Royal Mail tracking number, and I've put the tracking number in because you always try and say they didn't get it. Account number, blah, blah, blah. Notice to agent, blah, blah, blah. To the man, Christian Barr, who at times, got to make sure you do that correctly, who at times acts as Chief Financial Officer, EON UK PLC. I, the man, Peter Wilson, claim that on 10th May 2022, that you have committed a wrong against I, which has led to a trespass by way of fraud and extortion. Semicolon. You don't put full stops in these documents. They are documents at law. We don't have a legal society we dip into here, people. We're not being children, incompetent children, asking somebody to represent us in the legal society. We are standing as adults, man and woman, right, doing lawful notices. Okay. I am enclosing, by way of evidence, a copy of the letter from the disclosure team, Ministry of Justice, 102 Petty France, blah, blah, blah. This letter confirms that there is not and never was any data held regarding an alleged warrant of entry with regards to the address provided above, which was fraudulently presented to I on the 10th of May, 2022. For your information, the above property is held under a private trust organization. The disclosure team of the Ministry of Justice confirms that no magistrate or any justice of the peace witnessed, viewed, or created any entry of warrant in a lawful manner with due process. Therefore, there is no data held by their department. There was, in fact, no true warrant that was ever issued by any true magistrates court in Birmingham or anywhere else in England. This is proven with the evidence provided by I, that there is no data of this warrant held by the Ministry of Justice. I notice you, the man, Christian Barr, who at times acts as Chief Financial Officer, EON UK plc, that we require a remedy for said trespass by way of fraud and extortion done by you. The remedy required for such a trespass, which has caused much distress to I and those in the care of I, will be compensation in the sum of £10,000. There's a reason why it's there. I know people are going, oh, I'd be having millions. You have to do things in equity to be equitable, to have a judge become a magistrate. And I mean a magistrate in the real at law, not these idiots that you see that are sometimes a baker, a plumber, a candlestick maker, and on Fridays they're a magistrate. I mean real magistrates, okay? I require the sum to be paid within 30 days of receipt of this notice. What I should have done, that's a mistake. I should have done that, right? I require the said sum to be paid in 30 days of receipt of this notice by, what do you call them things again that you get from the post office? Not a check. Postal orders, by postal orders. I should have wrote that on there. All right, because you don't want it in any way but postal orders, right? They are money orders. They are lawful, okay? Through the UPU. I was getting excited when I wrote it out. Forgive me. All right. Failure to provide said remedy may cause an escalation of this trespass to a commercial lien and possible open court. I also require the names and addresses of the man who presented the act of fraud to I. One of the man, remember, not men. You don't do like that way. It's man, M-A-N, with the colon. Refused to provide any identification and refused to leave a copy of the fraudulent document with I. He was, however, by way of description, a short man with a Scottish accent, bad breath, and clinically obese. I think they'll know who that is. That's a good description. Okay. Hopefully you can identify the offender with this description. The second offender was named, and I'm not going to go over that, with ID number, blah, blah, blah. We require the full names and full addresses of both of these offenders, as we will need to notice them for a trespass by way of aiding and abetting a trespass by way of fraud and extortion. I require the said information to be received by I within 30 days of receipt of this notice. I state that all herein be true and will verify at open court. Peter Wilson, a man. Okay, so that is where we are up to with the notices and the proof, etc., etc. And it will be very much interesting and good fun to keep going over that. But the thing is as well, with being in equity and being equitable, I have clean hands. I'm being equitable. I'm not asking for £1 million. I'm asking for a sum that can be actually normally held, normally paid. It's within the scope of that actual judge that would become a magistrate. He could actually give me that. All we need is the judgment. We need the judgment to go in the favor of I. Once that's, imagine, all I have to do is go and send that judgment to everyone else that's had a warrant. What is that going to do? I can actually send, right, that there. Hopefully, anyone who's had a warrant in any way from anyone, the council, right, or the EON or EDF or gas or whoever of them filthy little tow rags that are actually doing extortion against you there, right? Remember, there's no such word as trespassing, all right? Forget this stuff. They are committing a trespass against you, or it wouldn't be you, trespass against I, trespass against man or woman by way of theft, extortion, right? Fraud, murder, anything, whatever it is that they've done. And this is, I don't care, it can be a man. There's no such thing as the government. That is a piece of paper. There's no such thing as the police. That is a uniform. There's no such thing as these corporations. They are fictions, non-existent bits of paper. There is a man or a woman who at times acts as. A man or a woman who at times acts as police officer, acts as a council worker, whatever, right? That is sending you the council bills and all of this. And, there's always a man or a woman who acts as. They are the ones that you actually go for. You don't try and fight EON. You don't try and fight, like the police force or the government, because it doesn't exist. You are getting into the world of fiction, so they're actually swallowing you into the legal system. So you're then a person. That is a person, all right? And that person is not a man or a woman, okay? There you go. All right. Just going to answer a couple of questions. Hopefully you like that. Let me know what you think about it in the chat, and we'll see what... All right. Where are we now? So would it be a good idea if we sent all the same letter to the Ministry of Justice and got the same answer? That's what I'm saying. So you send the DSAW with that question, very basic question, only one question you answer. You send them a DSAW and notice them. Notice to agent is notice to principal, notice to principal is notice to agent. This is a DSAW, right? A specific data subject access request. The specific question I am asking is, okay, what data is held on the title? The title, not the name. It's not a name. It's a title. And your legal fiction. Give them your legal fiction. In relation to an alleged warrant issued at whatever magistrate's court relating to the address, whatever address they've turned up at, all right, with a warrant reference number, whatever it is they have. Now, even if it's on the tablet or even if it's on the mobile phone, these dickheads that are turning up, get it off. You want to see the warrant number and everything. All right. Now, they obviously can't have any embossed stamps, which it should have. It was a real warrant. Okay. Or any of that nonsense. We know that. Everyone that gets a warrant of entry because you haven't paid your bill or whatever, anything like that, you've swapped the meters out, anything like that, that's what you get. You send it to the the court manager, wherever the court is. Don't send it to EON. Don't send it to British Gas. Don't send it to the council. You send it to the court manager of Birmingham Magistrates Court, Northumberland Magistrates Court, London Magistrates Court, or whatever it is. I do not know. Right? They have to answer. Now, they will pass it to the Ministry of Justice, which is fantastic, because when we're getting evidence of no data held by the Ministry of Justice, that is a smoking gun. That's the best way of putting that. Then, you are bang to rights, mate. You're bang to rights. Okay? Bang to rights. That was meaning to say, by the way. Okay, so... Paul is saying, do we need to update our removal of implied rights of access now that the Liz Ard has gone? But, I mean, all I've got written on mine is private. Boom, private. Removed your implied rights of access. It's private. I don't want to stick these notices this long up on my door and have my neighbours popping up to try and read them. No. Private. Jason Upson, hiya fella, how are you doing? Excellent to see you here. Okay, so you don't need to write it all out like that. I mean, you can, fair enough. Okay. Having a good list of the Marie's given, saying go and have a look at the, oh God, I'm right. It comes up funny colours and I can't read it. It's not that I can't see. I've got great sight. Look on a site for certified bailiffs register. The site will give you a list of certified bailiffs useful for when the scumbags turn up. Yep. Big Daz says hi. Hi to you. Yeah, exactly what I've just done there. Dime Boss showed them that's how you actually get proof that they are all fake. All right. Yeah, later. It's all right. No worries. You can catch up on the. Not all land is registered. That is true. Not all land is registered. Yeah. Okay. All right. So it's like, obviously, if it's Facebook and you haven't put your name in, we can't see any name. But it says, any thoughts on creating my own utilities company with my express trust? Then bill yourself and pay the trust. All right. Do you know what? There's somebody who was actually trying to set up like their own utility company. Okay. And then they would actually buy that. So yeah, I mean, it's one way of doing it. There certainly is. You see that there, and whoops, I'll tell you what, I'll just show that one there. See, Government UK Limited, there's the number, 7th of December 2020. That is when Elizabeth with the S actually stopped them doing that. All right, stopped them doing it. Okay, so I'm not really sure what that means, so I'm going to guess. Is there a way to get the CT charge off your land registry? I guess council tax. Yeah, do you think so? So how do you get it off your land registry? So what that must mean is that they've went to get a county court judgment, and then the council have put a charge on your registry. You can challenge any. You can even challenge your mortgage, which is a charge on the land registry. Okay, I'm not saying it's easy to do, but you can challenge it. All right. Okay, let's have a look. All right, okay. And Roger's saying that's company's defunct. Yeah, because that company did actually go bankrupt. Ellen says that my house is not registered. And is that a good thing? Yes, that is an awesome thing. If that's not on the land registry, as John just said, it's not all land is on, and it isn't. Okay, a lot is though. But if it's not on, good for you, Ellen. Make sure that if yours isn't on, you don't have to pay anything. You don't have to pay any council tax or anything like that. Then you have to make sure, right, that you don't fill in any of these. You don't get on the electoral roll. You don't fill in any of these things that are coming to the house to ask for your details or any of that nonsense, right? Mick is saying, like, do a private trust and send me your contact details. Well, contact details, it's like peter@claimyourstrawman.com. If you want, you send in an email to that. We're exchanging bills of exchange. We certainly are, Eleanor. But we need to do it. If you want to do it correctly, you need to do it through the House Joint Resolution 192 with the IRS and the Treasury in the United States. Okay. All right. That's actually quite good there, because like when it's talking about this, right? So there's homeless people there, Thorburn City Council, right? On that, when it says ordinary statutes and constitutional statutes, now 2 things here, men and women, or man and woman, right? Remember, acts and statutes do not apply to man and woman. You have to all be consented to. However, a constitutional statute, right? A constitutional statute is the Magna Carta. The Magna Carta cannot be repealed or altered by any government, any act or statute. Also, the Bill of Rights, 1687, all right, something like that, that cannot be repealed because it is a constitutional statute. But anyway, however, I'm a man, and if you're a man or a woman, then it'll only apply to you if you consent, give permission to. All right. And the only ones who've actually signed up for acts and statutes are the clowns in costumes and the members of Parliament. All right. Par means speak, lie. It tells you a lie, and meant means to your mind. Right. The acts are all lies to your mind. Okay. All right, man. It's 8:30. I still haven't shown you how to do the document. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right, I'm going to show everyone this, and I'm going to try and read it because I'm still not really getting this. If the owner sells property to my trust, if the owner sells property to my trust for gold and silver payment. So in other words, right, if there's somebody who owns a property and you, as being, say, for instance, the trustee of the trust, right, because there has to be someone who acts for it. So that would be the trustee of the trust. They are going to give gold or silver to the owner of said property. So then the said property then is deposited as res into the trust. Am I correct in that assumption? Listening or reading to that. Then gives notice he is no longer the owner if the new owners, being the trust, do not register the deed but keep it private. That's not really a question, but like if you don't register it, i.e. you don't tell the land registry that that guy is now not the owner but you are, he'll still be the owner, and he could, after you've paid him all the silver or gold, he could still go and take it. The same thing as when I'm telling people that when you're doing an RX1, so you can do the TR1 and the AP1 when you're organizing your own trust. If you have any problems with that because you've got a mortgage on the property and the mortgage company, if you put it in private trust, they know they're in trouble. All right, they know they've got a problem. So some of them might kick up a fuss, and you're not getting it in there. You can't change the name because the TR1 and the AP1 change the name on the land registry. You see, so right, if you've done it correctly and you've got it there, then on the land registry, the same as like this building that I'm sitting in says trustees of my private trust. Well, it doesn't say my private trust. All right, that's what it says. So there's no name on here for the land there's no name tied to the land registry, right? Which is what they go on, that these bailiffs and debt collectors and all that. They check the electoral roll and then the land registry to find out who's in the property or find out what name it's attached to. That's an asset, and then they attack it. So if they're not on the electoral roll, they can't actually see who's there. And if you're not on the land registry as being the owner of this asset, then they can't attack it. That's pretty basic and easy to understand, really, or comprehend, or even get into your head, or do whatever it is, because it's all kind of three. All right. So to me, right, once you've actually got the land patent, fair enough. You know, well, I'm still investigating that. I can't tell you that I know how to do any of that yet. I do study a lot, but you actually need, all right, to have, if it is on the land registry in someone else's name and you're going to take it into your trust, you need to have it in the trust name, or else he still owns it and they can just turn up. I do know someone, right, that lost their property because they had done one of these forms, an RX1 form, incorrectly. And someone else's name was put on that form, and then they literally stole the house. Okay, which I'm not going to go into because that was, I'm not like sharing people's personal information here. All right. Yeah, sea spray mouse. That is the doggy that did try to like eat my hand off. Tiny little thing. He's upstairs cuddling into Janine at this moment in time. He's cute. He is cute. And yeah, Mart, yeah, definitely was Venice. You must be talking about the Venetians, who were the Phoenicians, who were the Canaanites. Okay. All right. Okay. You see, I've been asked for investment advice quite a lot today. I must be like showing that I'm very clever at investments, and I'm not. I have an investment, I know what that is in dollars, and I'm very tempted to take the money out, which has gone down. What do you think? The thing's right, I tell you what it is now. All right. Actually, I tell you what, I'm going to show you. Give me a second. Let's go on to this picture. Let's find this picture. Keep doing the wrong thing. Where is it? Slides. And I'll find it. Let's find this slide. Oh, man. Where's my glasses? Hopefully I don't go past it. There. Okay. Let's come back in here then. Share the screen. You can see this. Where is it? Share. No. How did I do it last time? Forgotten how to do it already. There it is. Found it. All right. Look at that. Pope Francis instructs the Vatican entities to move all of their funds to the Vatican Bank. Okay. By the 30th of September. Isn't that worrying? So you're talking about investments, you're talking about fiat currency. Anything that you're talking about like that is fiat currency. Okay. So you look there, Pope Francis telling all of the Vatican entities. So anybody that's Catholic, I suppose, or anything like that, or the churches and their associations and the communities, bring it all into the Vatican Bank. So what are they going to do after the 30th September about fiat currency? So that's what worries me. Okay. Dime Boy sitting up there, like silver is really cheap at the moment. I'm a true believer in silver. All right. So a PMA, once a PMA is set up, it's actually set up. You can set it up in any country and it's valid in all countries. Now, the thing is, right, we are set up under England. Let's just say England because you said, oh, yeah, you've said England. So we're set up under a common law jurisdiction. England is a common law jurisdiction. The Netherlands, I do believe, is a civil law jurisdiction, which may sound bad at the time. However, right, they are all signed up to the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. So on the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, they all swear to uphold the inalienable right. That's hard to say that, you know. As a fly. Inalienable right to live, inalienable right to privacy, and an inalienable right to associate with anyone you want to associate with. So the answer to that is a long-winded yes. Okay. Okay. Yeah, watch these back. Watch these back. You know that I've been said that all along for decades now. Smoke and mirrors. All of the government or limited companies hiding things. All right. Okay. 2021 return to democracy. When is Manchester? Oh, I can't remember. It's in October. I'll have to actually have a look. I've got an event next week, which is in Plymouth, in Devon. And then in October, I want to do one up in Newcastle, and we've already got one booked in Manchester. I'll have to check the date and I will post it out. Okay. So I cannot remember. All right, there we go. So if all of these public authorities are really corporations, do we need to take notice of them? No, we do not. That is the whole point. All right, it is all by consent. You either consent to it or you don't consent to it. They cannot force you to tell you what to do because they are all private companies. Now, listen, some people say, oh, yeah, but they're all for-profit companies. So some people say they're not for-profit companies. They're just set up as a government body. So it's a corporation. I don't care. If it's a profit or non-profit, it doesn't matter. If it's a government body, but it's set up as a corporation to make it easy to run, it's still a corporation. It still has articles of association. It still makes it a commercial body. All right. It's still a commercial body. Therefore, consent must be in and contract must be in. Okay. That's simple as that. All right. So, and because of that, then, it has to be consent. Okay. All right. Yeah, just tell you what as well, you know, like for everyone that's on here, be it on Facebook, be it on YouTube or anything like that, you can go on to the contract law commercial lien group on Telegram as well, which Dimebot can help you with. So have a look for the contract law and commercial lien one on there. Okay. And obviously you can start interacting more with each other as well and everything. Okay. All right. Another Facebook user saying hi, hello everyone. EON basically is kind of FUD'd. Yes, it certainly is. You know, David Gleason's in the house. There you go, David. He was in Manchester. I'm coming back to Manchester, David. All right. He had a party to him, little old self, because he was having Rasta Christmas. All right. So I'm trying to go through. Fred, that was exactly what I've read out. That wasn't a template. That's exactly what I used. You know, talking. He must be talking about, you know, what I read out about the Ministry of Justice and that exactly what I've read out. Okay, is exactly what I did. Okay, so you know, you just have to write it as I said it. Okay. Yeah. Well, the thing is, on the election, Roger, you know, the thing is, it's all decided well before anything happens anyway, you know. So all we're doing, if you actually join the circus, you know, is play into their game. So they can shove their election straight up their where it doesn't shine, you know. What is it? What is it that you would love to have filmed? Is it when they turned up with the fake warrant? I was trying to film it. I actually had my camera on, you know, and it got into a little bit physical. And because it was physical, and this the guy that I described on the obese one, all right, with a Scottish accent, ignorant, you know, he got put in his place. Let's just say that. But in the putting in the place thing, my camera flew over there into the next door garden, and things happened, and you know, things were done and things were said, and that's all I'm saying about that. But yeah, other things did get filmed because I need to get, you know, the clowns in costumes, you know, that yeah. There we go. Do you know? I mean, look, aren't you afraid you're going to get taken out? I'm not afraid of anything. I could not give a shit. Yeah, I could get taken out. I don't care. You know, it's going to happen. But at the end of the day, this is just a flesh suit. We are all energy. We are all a soul. We are all like angelic beings. We are literally spiritual beings having a human experience. You know, and I'm not going to. It's impossible to die. All it means is I have to go somewhere else, right? And that's all there is to it. But you know, yeah. So you know, but it's going to be fun, isn't it? Either way, you know, once we actually start doing this, it's fun. It's all fun anyway, you know. Right. So I've just said that. So any other dates after Plymouth? Plymouth is the 17th. I've actually on the description. I'm sure I've put a link on here. After the 17th, then I can't remember. In October, I'm trying to do somewhere in the northeast, be it Newcastle or that area. And then I am in Manchester again. I'm sure it's October as well, but I'll have to double check that. Okay. All right. See this again? See, that's what we're saying. Lion's share when you're doing promissory notes and everything like that. All right. You can do all this through the House Joint Resolution 192. We need to get into the Treasury accounts. We need to actually start knowing more about how the House Joint Resolution 192 works, how about it was all set up there, and the remedy was provided at the same time they set the system up of the fiat currency and took away the gold. All right? They all did it on purpose. The remedy is there. This is why you've got, like, Roger, you're talking a lot about your MPs and everything like that. They know the remedy. These people that have money, that you'll say, hang on. So, like, you know, even, I mean, it's a ridiculous amount of money what these MPs are on. I can't remember now. I don't care. But it's 80 odd grand a year. But how are the millionaires? 80 odd grand a year is not a million, right? Because they know this remedy in the system. We will provide more information, right? But it's not for the weak. And it's not for the shy. And it's not for the lazy. Okay? So, this is difficult work. When you're talking about the House Joint Resolution 192, when you're talking about finding out about your Treasury account, when you're talking about finding out about the UCC, and it isn't just a filing of the UCC one. The reason why I stopped telling everyone about the UCC was because they would file a UCC one and not do any more work and think that that protected themselves, and it does not. All right, it is a big job. Okay, and you need to do the research, you need to do the work. You want to be free, all right? Freedom is not free. Okay, it's a lot of work, and some stuff you have to pay for. You either do it or you don't do it, right? But get into this knowledge of the UCC. Okay, it's not about a few little bits of rules. Every single code in there relates to every part of the world in one way or another if you research enough to find that information. Then once you start to find that information, tying it in with the House Joint Resolution 192, right, with Woodrow Wilson going backwards, and then start to actually find out about the Treasury departments and how you actually can get into the Treasury accounts with your own UK bank account. Then you'll start to discover the magic of a 1099. Okay, then you'll discover how to actually protect yourself using these things. Is it easy? No. Right, but you're never going to, if you try and chase the UK Treasury Department, if you try and get me into Chancery Court, I will prove I'm a living man. I'll cut my wrists and show them me blood. You might be dead then, actually, so you won't be living anymore. However, it ain't going to work because your Treasury is not in Chancery Court. Your Treasury is over the water, in the pond, or over the pond anyway. Okay? You know, you want to stop messing around with the MPs, Roger. You're wasting your time. Let them all go, like, do what they want. They're all filth anyway. Still haven't done that form. It's getting very late. I think I might have to do another night. Bill of Rights, yeah, 1680. I knew it was something like that. I wasn't far off, was I? You know, that there, right, what Andrew's put up, okay, when they were talking about, I can't even remember what the word is now, all right, but they were saying, like, the normal statutes and the ones that they cannot change. They cannot change that statute. And they cannot change the Magna Carta. They have no authority or power to do so. And they've repealed nearly all of it. They say for themselves, for their rules, but for man and woman, all right, and I'll tell you what, I'm going to show you one more slide. I might show you one or two, but this one, let me try again. How do I do it again? I'm going to have to go backwards and get into the person. What is a person? Set of KV. Don't want the set of KV. What is that? There is good old Nathan Rothschild, that is. Nathan Meyer Rothschild. Okay. I'm trying to find this. I'm getting there. Whoops, a daisy. All right, I might be going back too far now. Oh, no, here we go. Let's see. There's the Bill of Rights. And there's a coronation oath. Okay, I'm not sure how I'll have to show you it one at a time because I don't know if it'll do a slide for me. Okay, so let's share screen. Remember how to do it a bit more now. All right, so the Coronation Oath Act 1688. That was a joint act of Mary II of England, right? Okay, and William of Orange. So this is not Bloody Mary, the one that killed everyone. That was Mary I. This is a Protestant relationship, which was, what was happening at the time when they were doing these things. And William of Orange, he was actually Dutch. Did you know that? William of Orange? King Billy, they called him. But on their coronation oath, let's see if it'll swap for me. I don't think it will. Oh, it did. Does it? Can anyone see that? Can you let me know what it says? Anyway, whereas their oath, whereas by the law and ancient usage of this realm, the kings and queens thereof have taken a solemn oath. By the way, this is not spelling mistakes. This is Old English, and I've written it out the way that they had it written on. A solemn oath upon the evangelists at their respective coronations to maintain the statutes, laws, and customs of the said realm and all the people and inhabitants thereof. I will read that again. To maintain the statutes, that's one word. The laws, that is another word. And the customs, so that's three different words, meaning three different things, meaning that laws, statutes, and customs are all different. All right? Are all different. Does that make sense? That is showing you, okay, them acts that cannot be repealed. That is an act that cannot be repealed. So let me go on and have another look at the next part. Okay. Again, none of this was meant to be like this tonight, but it doesn't matter. It's good fun, isn't it? Isn't it good fun? Are you having fun? Let me know you're having fun. Share the screen. Onto there. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So, Bill of Rights, 1688, Chapter 2, 1, Will Mar. That's William and Mary, Session 2. X1. Whereas the Lords spiritual and temporal and commons assembled at Westminster, lawfully and freely. This is the important part, people. That's why it's highlighted. Representing. Representing. All right. They are representing all the estates of the people. That is important. The representing, that means that there is a principal and an agency relationship. Principal and agency relationship. They are the agents. The people are the principals. Therefore, the representing the people means they are our representatives. They are the agents. We are the principal. We set the law. They follow what we say. They do nothing unless we agree, tell them, and consent. That is exactly what that means in the Bill of Rights 1688. All right? Now, estates, that tells you it is the estate of the people held in trust under the Set of KV Act. All right? The estates, they are talking about your estates, not you. Not you as a man, not you as a woman. It is your estate, i.e. of the person. Okay? How interesting is that? That, all right, is all part of the presentation that I did down in Kings Langley. There's more of it, and a lot more, and I'm adding on to it. That is telling you exactly about the acts and statutes. That is showing you there, okay, all about the how to actually show that we have a person, but we are not a person, okay? Excuse me. Hang on. Where's my glasses? What does that say? All right. Okay. I think I might have seen that. Did I actually? Yeah, I did see that. So, well, I just showed that DSAW that I used. What was the DSAW? So when you're saying, what does it say? A template of it for what though? All right. Sea spray for what type of template for who? because the thing is with DSAWs, don't go online and get one of these DSAWs, a template, and there's 1,000 questions asked in these stupid DSAW templates that they send out. You've got specific questions, very specific, and be tight and down to it, okay? Like what there was only on my DSAW that I sent to the Ministry of, well, I sent to the Birmingham courts that got sent to the Ministry of Justice. There was only one question on about the data, you know? So what is it that you want? Because there's tons of templates out there, right, that are not even worth wiping your backside with. So let me know a template for a debt, for council tax, for like EON. That's what I mean by what for, okay? Giving it what for, mate. Okay. Well, I can tell you then, Marie. All right. How did Ellie is in our face group. That's a good way of putting it. That's a quick way. Face group. She's in a face group. The Facebook group. How did she succeed from being exempt from council tax? Very good one. Okay. Do you want me to tell you? Should I tell you? No, I don't think I'm going to tell you. All right. Okay, then I'll tell you. So let's share the screen then. Okay. All right. I'm going to have to do another day. I'm going to have to do these because I'm going to have to go off soon. I've done virtually anything that I wanted to do. Not that I mind. I've enjoyed it. It's been good and good information. Where is this gone now? So how am I going to do this? Look, how do I share this one? If I can't share it, I'll just read it out, but I'm going to try and share it. So share, extra camera, video file, no, share screen, window. Is it that one? Can't see it though. Let's have a look and see if it is. Well, there you go. There it is. Okay, I'm pretty sure. Now we're looking at the top bit here. Okay, let's make sure that I go on to, hang on, where is it now? Let's have a look. See if you're seeing it. Yeah, hopefully you can see that. It's pretty small, okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to read it for you anyway. I'm not sure how you see it, but on my screen, that's pretty small. So I'm going to read it out to you. Okay. It's the Representation of the People Act 1983. It is an act. We are governed by consent. A man or woman, therefore, has to consent to any act, statute, regulation for it to apply to them. We do not consent. Therefore, we do not consent for the need to have our names on the electoral roll. Oh, that's the electoral roll bit. Okay. So where's the rest of it? All right. So what she did was she did a freedom of information request asking to see the expenses and outgoings from the council, which proves that the council tax isn't being spent legally or lawfully. Lots of incorrect spending, as well as asking them other questions like which law states it is a criminal offence to not pay council tax, and please supply me with my contractual agreement, etc. You then let them incriminate themselves and write to the VOA, that's the valuation office, to state that they are morally withholding council tax payments until your complaint is upheld as to why the council tax money is being spent on certain things. If they refuse to answer, then you'll accept a removal of address as a settlement. All right. And she said, yeah, there's about 48 people that have been removed. Well, that seems a lot more straightforward than all the rest of the shenanigans that a lot of people do. Okay, stop sharing that. And yeah, okay. So that's how they've done it. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. All right, I'm going to try and fly through some more questions and then shut off, because no way am I going to be able to get through any of these now. Okay. All right, quick. See if there's any. If you want a question, put it up there now. All right. Yeah. See, this is what I totally agree with. The MPs, don't bother with them talking there actually to like Roger. Leave them, Roger. You're wasting time. You've only got a certain amount of time on this world, you know. Use it better. Like, don't even speak to scumbags like that. All right. Okay. Ask any questions you want very quickly because we're going to shoot off very soon. I'm just trying to. Just going on that. If you are not on the electoral roll, I wouldn't even send it back. I'd just stick it straight in the bin. It's nothing to do with them. Get yourself in a private trust, put it onto there. So this is private trust property. Whatever is information is in here, even the people that are in the property, it's all private, none of your business. There you go. Okay, none of your business. All right. All right, that is actually a very good question. Would it be a good idea to purchase gold-backed currencies now? Well, maybe, but maybe it's just better to go and get. I would buy. To me, get into the cryptos. I was going to do. Hopefully, I'm going to get Chris on later, and he'll help us with some information. I got in a little bit of crypto stuff. I've got going into like silver more rather than gold. I'd rather buy the actual physical metals than get into the currencies that are backed by them. But that's just my opinion, you know, which I am not giving financial advice. I'm not giving legal advice. I'm not giving any advice whatsoever. Okay. The rest of it. Let's try and read that. Hi, do you know anything about a pension fund payout being withheld until a financial investor's advice is sought and a form for them to fill in before they will pay out a lump sum? I do not know that. So, like, you know, but to me, you know, once you've actually filled it in, you know, they should be paying it out. You know, you don't need a financial advisor. And financial advisors are salesmen, by the way. Right? They're not a financial advisor. I used to be a financial advisor. That's how I know. Okay, selling mortgages to people. All you do is get commission for it. So, you know, let's see if there's any more questions. Yeah, no, you're never going to get that. All right, Roger. It's like, you know, never going to get it. Keep going, keep going, keep going. And there's another thing to show you that. All right. So it's PDF file saying involuntary strike off. It's been suspended. That happened, you know, with Elizabeth, like I said. Okay. But it did get wiped off afterwards. That's a good one. I like that one. Okay, Andrew. The government operate under path, presumption, assumption, tacit agreement, and hearsay. That is 100% correct. All right. So, like on the contract law, commercial lien set up as private, so a member needs to add you. But if you want to do it, like, you know, speak to Dime Bar, and he will help you. It's on Telegram, as he is saying. Okay. There we go. There's from David. He's a wicked guy. All right. Okay. Never going to leave Mouse. He's upstairs somewhere, cuddling in. Yeah. Give him a good cuddle later. But he's good. He's all good. He's all good. All right. Yeah. But it's like, you know, some things you don't want to say on a public forum as well, though, do you? What happened? You know what I mean? Because the police are like, you know, oh, they said you did this. I went, hearsay. It's all hearsay. All right. Quick. Let's see if we've got any more questions, because we're going to have to shoot off. If it's a question, I mean, you know. Whoops, it's jumping all over the place. All right. Well, I'm not really Ethereum. All right. I think I need to get some of that. I know that. Okay. And Matic. Okay. I'm not saying that I've know any of them, you know, but I am going to get other people on to actually start showing you. Well, you know, this is exactly what we're saying. Yes, it does. Once you actually get into the UCCs, not the UCC one, right? But you need to do the UCC one. You need to do a lot more than that. And then that will help, all right, when you're actually doing this accept for value, because it's all there, okay? And it is a lot of work, all right? Well, actually, there's a good comment straight after it. That's the trouble. It's a lot of work, and that's why most people give up and get into trouble. They do half a job. They do a UCC 0.5 instead of a UCC 1, you know, and it's a lot of work. And it's even if you're doing the UCC 1, that's just the first tiny little step. There is so much that you have to do to actually get you onto this system, right, of the remedy. The remedy is there. They created the fake currency. They created the remedy. Now, all the ones that are rich know the remedy, right? So we just need to learn how to use the remedy. We need to know how to use the... Now, it is part of the Bills of Exchange Act 1882, by the way, but that's only the tiny little sliver, because it won't work without the HGR 192. They work in together, hand in hand. I'm trying to think of a word for that, but I can't think of it, so it doesn't matter. All right, there we go. Good one. Okay. Yeah, this has been saved. It's going to be recorded and it is on YouTube. Get it? Totally agree. All right. Oops. Yeah, hopefully I'll be up there very, very soon. Okay. All right. I jumped around it for a bit. I've lost quite a lot of messages there or whatever they were. I don't know if that went up or down or whatever happened there. Okay. All right. Just going to do this. Okay. So I'm not really sure what that means. Did you get hold of a case number? I've got the warrant number. Okay. But there's no case to be had. All right. So the what I'm doing is I'm actually filing it, as I had mentioned before. I'm going through the process. Okay. So the thing is, there is no court, you see, because it's not involved. It's literally EON sitting in an office creating these fake documents. So Matic is going to be either an NFT or a coin. It's crypto, basically. All right. No. All right. Oh, Sugar Ray Leonard. What happened there? Keep it going. Keep it going. Let's see if I've got any questions, because I'm going to have to stop in a minute. They're all mooers. They're all mooers. Okay. Try to be. Good for you. All right. It was good fun. I'm glad. Okay. Gotta have fun, haven't you? It's Friday night. This is my Friday night out, man. Come on. That's what I'm saying. I'm the base. It's Friday night out, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, I'm going to put you up there, Dime Boy. Look, see? As well, King Joe. You know, when they're saying moor, do you know what that means, by the way? It means they didn't look like me. They had a very deep suntan compared to me. Okay, that's what they're talking about when they say that, by the way. All right, trying to get through. I'm glad you're all enjoying yourselves. That's exactly what I want. Man and woman are the government. Exactly, we are. But you see, we're not government, because that means they're actually getting confused with the mind. What we are is we are the totem pole. Actually, I'm going to show you another slide that shows you exactly what I mean by that. You know, this is there what it is? Oh, sugar. I've done it wrong. There. All right, I'm going to share this one. Look at this one. I'm going to show you two versions of this, okay? Share this one. Someone's trying to ring me. Right, share that one. Look at that one. So look at that one. See, there's a totem pole. Okay? Just going to stop my phone ringing people's. So on the totem pole that you got, this is what's true. Okay, you're at the top there. You've got the creator. What you want to call him. You can call him anything you want. I just like to say the creator. It can be God, Allah, whatever you want to say. All right. Underneath them, then you have man and woman. Underneath that, you have society, government, public servant, MPs, clowns in costumes, clownsels, Agnes in the office, then your lockdown lovers. There, that's exactly what it is. That is the totem pole of life. All right. But this is what they think it is. They've got government at the top. That is what they think it is. Right. They've got government at the top, and the government at the top there, and then we're all underneath. All right. That is not correct, but that's what they try and make you believe. Okay. So stop sharing there. All right. Okay. Well. All right. So that means them. All right. Let's keep going. We're going to have to finish soon. Dun, 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 dun. All right. I know there's loads of statements on here, by the way, but I don't want to go on over all the statements. Just seeing if anyone's asking questions, and there's tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of comments. You're all chatting to each other, which is great. Yeah, I will be doing one at what do you call it? In Newcastle as well, going to do, and there's people asking me to go to loads of other places. I can't remember where they're asking me to go to. All right, let's have it. Look, can you see the moon? It's beautiful. Happy New Year for Sunday. Rush. All right. There you go. Awesome. Okay, we'll keep going down. Quick. All right. Oh, wouldn't say that. Got to be a little bit careful what you say. I will do, Andrew. Yeah, I'll put that on there because that's that's what I wanted to do originally. Was going to be about trust, creation of trust, and also about but then going over these AP forms because I was just getting so many questions on them, and it's just to try and clarify that a bit for people. So yeah, I will do another one for sure. And we also have the members only as well, which I'm going to try and do on Sunday. It was supposed to be that, and I ended up, you'll never see the marks on my hand. The little dog tried to chew me up and eat me. But anyway, it is what it is. And, you've got to enjoy life, haven't you? Okay. All right. So. Someone's talking to each other. So then. Oosh my. Look at that black belt barrister. Do not. I don't even like give him the benefit of going on and watching any of his crap. The guy, he deserves a kick in the cods. He deserves a kick in the cods. He's an absolute waste of space. Just because he's got the same hairstyle as me doesn't mean that he's cool like I am. Okay. All right. Really? Wow, look at that. So you're going to pay to listen to his bullshit, right? Lying little squirmy scumbag that he is. Okay, so I am going to be shooting off then, people. And what I will do, I'll definitely, on Sunday, I haven't had time to actually create and send out the link for that will be members only going on to the PMA, my PMA members. And we're going to do, it's quite a lot, which I'll definitely be doing that. And other things. And I'm going to see if I can actually get Chris to do some crypto stuff as well. Then next week, I'll not be here. I'm going to be in Devon. I'm going to be in Plymouth for the Saturday. So I'm traveling down, stopping down at with friends on the Friday down there. Very much looking forward to that. So, if you're going to if you can't get to Plymouth and fine, but if you're down that way, you want to get along there, great to meet you, great to see you, have a great time, bit more fun down there. Get in there, and we'll see you there. So I've got a link in that. Okay. Andrew was saying about the profile going on TikTok. I actually get they try to stop me everywhere. You know what I mean? So wherever I am, I've got it on TikTok now. I've just had this week's. I'm trying to catch up on paperwork and stuff like that, and trying to get the calls. And I had so many people I'm trying to help. I've got to deal with all of them, trying to help them. So it's just been a bit tough trying to actually get videos and everything done. And the emails, I've just have not even got through any of the emails. I've got I can't remember. I don't even want to. But it was well over 150 emails. So anyway, look, I'm off. Enjoyed tonight. Enjoyed the chat. Hope you all did. Good information on there. Not as much as what I wanted to get through, but it just is what it is. And you're all having a good time and chatting to each other anyway. And that's what we've got to do, isn't it? You know what I mean? Because we have to lift up the vibration. We have to all, forget all of the negativity. Get rid of all of that. Don't worry about them. Don't worry about the MPs. Don't worry about, the lamestream media and what some lizard died. Who cares? What happened? Don't worry about who's gonna take on and replace some bit of reptilian turd. So get on with it. So I'll see you all soon. All right, take care. I won't be on next Friday because I'm going to be I will be down in Devon by then, but obviously I'm preparing as well for the presentation. But I will be trying to do the members only tomorrow night. I'll probably be about 5 o'clock tomorrow, but I will get a link out as soon as I can. All right. So and definitely in October. I'm already booked for Manchester. Can't remember exactly when. But we're going to do one in Newcastle. I'm going to get the venue. I may as well do one here since I'm already in this area. And we'll figure out the rest of it as it comes up. Lots of people want me to go around. Okay? Take care, people. Enjoy everything. Enjoy your strong end. All right? Because we've had this strong week. Now we're having a strong end. All right, strong week, strong days. Let them 5 strong things that we had. And then we're having today's the strong Friday. And we're moving on to a strong Saturday and a strong Sunday. All right, no such thing as being weak. Okay, we can't be weak. We've got to be strong. We've got to be ready, to beat the cabal and sort all them out. Okay, more info coming soon. Take care. Have a good one. Have a good one. Right, lots of love. See you all.